Hi, my name is Astrid and I am a breast cancer thriver. I like to use the word thriver instead of survivor because although, we go through the chemotherapy, through the surgeries, through radiation, we are still managing every single day throughout our breast cancer journey. And even when you hear that news that there's no longer evidence of disease in your body, you still have that thought in the back of your head, the what ifs. So I like to consider myself a breast cancer thriver. Back in 2018, I was 38 years old, and one evening after getting out the shower, I felt a lump on my right breast. And I knew it wasn't there the week before that. I knew it wasn't there the month before that. And the more I kept on touching it, the more I kind of thought to myself, could this be, right? Could this be cancer? And at the time, I didn't really know of anyone on my mom's side that had breast cancer or passed from breast cancer. I didn't find out until my mid-20s or so that my dad's mom had passed away from breast cancer. But growing up, we always hear that, breast cancer runs on the maternal side, on your mom's side. So I really didn't think anything of it until I just could no longer stop touching it. I had reached out to a client of mine who had survived breast cancer twice, and I had asked her, I said, what were your symptoms? And she said, Astrid, don't worry about my symptoms, go get checked. And this is about a month later that I went for a mammogram, and at the time of being 38, they don't really suggest you to get a mammogram until you're 40. So I was kind of pre-exempt from getting that done. And I had the mammogram, and my doctor examined me, and sure enough, she felt the same thing that I felt, which was that lump. And fast forward, after getting the biopsy from that lump, it turned out to be 4 masses of stage 2 breast cancer. And at that point, it had already spread to my lymph node. Talk about being scared and frightened, of having 2 small kids at the time, ages 5 and 7, and a husband, and just not knowing what would happen to my life, what would happen to my children if something terrible happened to me, of not surviving breast cancer. But it was in that moment that my faith in God really just took over and kicked in. And I tell you guys, it was nothing but Him that allowed me to get up every single day and still continue to be that blessing to other people, and to share my journey of breast cancer and to be transparent with it. And I had a great team of doctors, of nurses, and a great support system, using my platform on social media. At the time I was doing the Bible challenge, and just having so many people pray for me really encouraged me and helped me to get through the surgeries and through the 6 months of chemotherapy, through losing my hair. And it wasn't that moment, I'll never forget that moment of me already doing the big chop. I filmed it, I went to the barbershop, I cut all my hair off, and my hair was rather long, past my shoulders. And cutting my hair off, I didn't realize how beautiful I was. Sometimes as women, we get so caught up in having to have long hair and the makeup and the lashes that we forget how truly beautiful we are when you strip everything away. And I worked out one morning, and I got home and took a shower. And one thing, I don't know why I did this, but I went like this with the washcloth that I had in my hand. And I could see all of the hair on that. And this was after like the 3rd chemo treatment that I had. And I just took my husband's razor and just started shaving, crying and shaving. And afterwards, I said, Astrid, it's go time. This is what it is. And I was able to move forward, and I got so many compliments of just rocking my head, my baldy, and not covering it up with a wig, and just being bold. And trust me, I respect all the women that make that decision to wear a wig and to cover it up. But, for me, I decided not to. And it was in that moment that I really began to become an inspiration for so many other women out there that are going through breast cancer. And shortly after my biopsy, I found out that I carry the genetic mutation of BRCA2, which meant that I had a higher chance of receiving or actually getting diagnosed with breast cancer pancreatic cancer and ovarian cancer at some point. So I'm doing this video just as a wake-up call for all the women out there that are leading busy lives, and you have children, you're being a wife, you're a nurse, doctor, you're running from here to there, whatever field you're in, to make sure that you take time out to do self-care, to check your body, to know, to be aware of certain things that were not there before. And I'm hoping by spreading this video and sharing my experience as a breast cancer thriver of being successful in real estate and having a family and life after cancer, that this might encourage the next person that gets diagnosed after me.